We'll talk about Nigerian Professional Football League match day 11. And I felt the big one for me is Wiki and Rivers. What Tayo is talking about, well, Enyimba and Shooting Stars. Well, Wiki and Rivers, because Rivers is going to be away from home. And with the kind of pressure the coach currently on, this is going to be a difficult game.
Yeah, Cecilia, you know, we're going to have 10 games today. We'll start with the match between Wiki Tourist and Rivers United. Rivers United, like I said, is the coach, Stanley Guma, is a bit under pressure. We'll see how they react to that particular game. Rangers International, they're not doing well this season. I mean, they're struggling, but they have the opportunity to get all 3 points when they play high-flying ABS. That's Bukola Saraki's team right there. Katsina United will play MFM. MFM, what a match they played against Rangers. That was on Friday, and we saw that amazing goal by Sikoro Olatubosun. Stephen Ode as well, too, was the top scorer in the league with 6 goals. Remo Stars. They got the first points under the new coach. Okay, it's no longer new now. Fatai Osho was a 1-1 draw away to Kano.
Against Fatai Amal.
Yeah, okay. Against Shooting Stars in Ibadan. That was at the Lakers Salami Stadium. 1-1. They could have gotten all 3 points in that game, but for the referee who counted a very, what appeared to be a very good goal. Enyimba International Shooting Stars. Surely, Cecilia, this is it.
This is the game you're talking about.
I mean, they don't come bigger than Shooting Stars and Enyimba when it comes to Nigerian League football.
See how that one will go.
Plateau United, Plateau against Lobby Stars.
The top of the league. And Stars,
but they lost.
Okay, Gombe United. And because Enyimba will also be in action, Enyimba not good traveler this season so far. Abia Warriors and Niger Tornadoes. You just
Abia Warriors.
Okay, after losing the Academy Warriors.
Yeah, Abdullah before.
You just see how this is going to pan out. Academy Warriors and Sunshine Stars. Nassau United and Aqua United.
That's a win for El Kanemi Warriors. Since no one can beat them
at home. 18, looking to extend it to 19
in a row. Incredible. I mean, I'm very surprised if they don't get a win in that game. I mean, it's a fortress, and it's safe to say that. No doubt about it. Sunshine Stars with all the troubles. You know, so I don't know how motivated.
A bit, because I mean, the last time Friday LMC came out, they're giving them 50%. You know, of what they're being owned. You know, the funny thing about Sunshine Stars is, at December when they were registering for the new season and all that, the players signed that, hey, look, we're not being owed any salaries and all that. And when they discovered that money was not coming and the governor was leaving, they had to, you know, cry out to say, look, they're actually owing us and all. We just hope that the new governor that is in now should be able to look into their case and, you know, give them their money. That will definitely be a huge boost for them. But the fact that, you know, LMC, you know, felt, okay, let's give you 50% of what is being owned and we'll take it from what we're supposed to give to Sunshine Stars at the end of the season. Yes, that's also a good motivation for this player.
Yeah, but I don't think it's still going to be enough to go to Maiduguri to the El Kanemi Warriors. I mean, that's a very tall order.
So you feel they consider how many goals?
So that's the only. Sorry.
How many goals are you thinking?
No, I'm not going to predict the goals they'll concede, but I just feel it's going to be a win for El Kanemi Warriors.
Obviously going to win for Academy Warriors because they're home. I would have loved Sunshine Stars to be able to break that record.
That would be nice. I mean, that's what we live for. We like the, you know, the upsets, and it makes it a lot more exciting, you know, when this kind of results happen. Cecilia, let's move on now from the NPFL. Okay. And what we're talking about next, CAF elections. Yeah,
CAF elections.
CAF elections, yeah. Why not?
Today or reserve it?
No, I mean, we just, you know, we can scratch the surface a bit.
Okay, we're scratching the surface.
Obviously, the reason I'm talking about it is because of the meeting
with the minister.
With the minister, yeah, that's all sorted.
You know, everyone expected something bigger.
Yeah, it was an anticlimax because we expected an explosion, but it ended up being, you know, a very cordial. Meeting. Yeah.
Okay, and at the end of the day, the minister had to come out to say he's actually, you know, in support. The blessing has been given to Amaju. And look at this man. This is right here.
March the 16th, you will be going for the 8th term, for the 8th term in office as CAF president. He's been in charge since 1988, Cecilia. That's a very long time. And like for whatever reason, it looks like the noise, the clamor for change is a lot louder this time. I wonder why. Ahmad from Madagascar is the challenger, and you just wonder what are his chances, of actually defeating this man. Only 2 people have gone against the Issa Hayatou before, and they were all defeated convincingly. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, Cecilia. I mean, for me, he has to be the favorite.
What do you think? I mean,
I just feel he's the favorite still.
He's the favorite.
It might be a lot closer this time around, but I just don't see how. 55, 56 votes. I don't see how they're going to unseat Hayatou. I don't know where they're going to get all that votes from.
From what we've gathered, from the elections and all that, from what everyone is saying concerning Amanda Man, I mean, if it's bold enough to actually stand against Issa Hayatou, despite the fact that those who have stood against him in the past,
no chance. No chance.
But he has been able to, look at some FAs he feels that can actually support him. Nigeria, for instance, president of Nigerian Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, he has been given a blessing from Nigerian government to actually support whoever he wants to support. And of course, his vote it's obvious to every one of us. It's Amanda Man. He's supporting him.
Okay.
I think the Ghanaian FA also. I mean, we heard from other confederations or federations who are trying not to actually comment and openly oppose Issa Hayatou because of the power of incumbency and all that. But we know where their hearts.
But some have come out. I mean, COSAFA, for example, the South African countries, looks like they will be back in. Ahmad from Madagascar. He talked about Nigeria as well too. So there's a lot of politicking will go on. And let's not forget, Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, is
he's touring Africa.
We're here.
He's touring Africa. Now, what's he doing in Africa at this time when the election is so close?
Yeah, it's all politics.
What's he doing in Africa? The election is so close.
Yeah, I mean, they had a meeting in South Africa last week. Yeah,
he went to Ghana, went to Zimbabwe, he went to Rwanda, like how many about 6 Africa? 4.
Yeah, it was a FIFA summit, so we don't know exactly what's going on.
I mean, CAF election is March 16th. Yeah. And Gianni Infantino is in Africa. There's a connection, and
we hear is in is in favor of change. I mean, it feels although he hasn't come out to say that, but that's from all indications it appears Gianni Infantino wants change, and he believes Ahmad is the guy to lead CAF into the next era of football administration. So, Cecilia, this is going to be a very interesting one. But let's come back to the meeting that went down yesterday. Solomon Dalong and the NFF. I mean, anticlimax.
Yeah, I really say anticlimax.
Yeah, I mean,
it was actually a good one. Okay, you were
facing something right? Really, a lot,
okay, no, you didn't get that.
Explosive, but it wasn't that at all. So
there's something Dalong said actually, got me talking. I felt okay. Maybe whoever Amaju is supporting, Amanda Man needs to do more. Maybe come to Nigeria because of this. I mean, Solomon Dalong says on the issue of the position of Nigeria, the board also mandated the president, who is a delegate, to exercise his vote in the interest of the country. Every country is going there to measure its own national interest. Therefore, anyone seeking your vote must come to Nigeria to declare his intention. What does this mean? So Amanda Man needs to come to Nigeria and seek the votes.
There's still time.
There's still time for him to do that.
To make the rounds, obviously.
That's what the sports minister is trying to say here, that he needs to come and actually campaign and say what are the things you want. But we know his manifesto, at the time he had this exclusive interview with Kwesi Sports, it said a whole lot of things. It's going to have a financial transparency. He was looking at that. He's looking at the fact that it's going to develop the youth football in Africa and also the women's football in Africa. We know that in Africa we don't have the CAF Champions League for women. Maybe he's looking at that. That's his manifesto. Aman Haman is 57 years old, and the fact that he's also the vice president of the Madagascar Senate. So he's actually a politician. And financial transparency is looking at that, promoting youth and women's. Okay, that's what I talked about earlier.
Yes, profile,
Madagascar's profile, Football Association.
He has a decent one.
Of course, Vice President, Madagascar. And also financial transparency, promoting youth and women's football, creating a special department within, CAF to actually supervise and monitor strategy and income. That is also great. All long-term contracts are banished, and legal protection will guarantee the follow-up of that. That's another thing, financial transparency. That's what everyone is going to be looking at. And the fact that the long-term contract that CAF has signed is going to banish all of them. That will also be difficult for him. But if he's coming with this this kind of manifesto, we're just taking like a few of what he wants to do, in Africa. It simply means it's kind of robust for him. so to speak.
We'll find, Cecilia, like I said, there's not a lot more to say about this. We'll find out on March the 16th, right?
Okay.
I still believe Issa Hayatu is the man to beat on that day. It might be a very close one, but I don't think Ahmad will just be successful. He might. So all the best to the two candidates for the CAF presidential election, which will go down on March the 16th. Okay, Cecilia, let's move on from there now, and let's talk about ball is in my court, obviously. Let's talk about Bundesliga, right? Over the weekend, we saw Bayern Munich take on Hamburg. And what was the scoreline again? 8-0. And it's a very familiar scoreline because it's happened before. So I just imagine what goes through the minds of Hamburg players whenever they travel to Munich to take on Bayern. I mean, you played last time around, it was 8-0.
Okay.
And this time around it was 8-0. I mean, you're a player. How do you react to that kind of situation?
Okay,
8-0 from the same team.
You're having a mental block right now.
Mental block.
So the only thing is they need a special psychologist to talk to the players and say, anytime you're going to Allianz Arena, just go there and say, okay, I can actually beat these guys. I am Robin, I can actually beat him. Lewandowski, I can't allow him to score a hat-trick. I mean, just talk to yourself, psych yourself up, and get a special psychologist to actually do that. If they can do that.
Special psychologist.
Yeah, not just a special one.
Whatever that means.
That's the only way they can remove that mental block from their mind. And
continue.
And what a way for Carlo Ancelotti 1,000.
Yeah,
the players felt, okay, we need to give him a special present, and that's the reason they had to replicate what they usually do to Hamburg whenever they come to Allianz Arena.